Facing an extreme temperature 47 degrees Celsius, every other shelter would be just for show. Only this one can truly save you. Its relatively sealed structure locks in heat, ensuring you and Bruce can live in it for a full year. The key is, building a shelter like this isn't that complicated. First, find a lake surface that's long since frozen. Because it's so cold, the ice here is a terrifying 50 centimeters thick. To get building materials, you basically have to use a chainsaw. The square ice blocks are structurally stable and can be used as is without secondary processing. The only awkward part is that collecting them is time-consuming and labor-intensive. Each block weighs dozens of gin, so doing it solo isn't easy. Once the arched doorway is successfully completed, the rest is just extending from that base, piece by piece. Given how cold it is, you can simply pour water into the gaps between ice blocks and they'll freeze together firmly. The same principle as a tongue sticking to a steel pole in winter. Repeat these steps over and over. Progress is a bit slow, but overall it's decent. At least the layout is fairly stable, laying a solid foundation for moving in later. It's a long, exhausting process, and as time passes, the temperature keeps dropping. Look at this staggering amount of work. Truly awe-inspiring. Pack crushed ice into the joints so the structure has real integrity and won't collapse entirely in a sudden failure. This borrows from frame construction methods, using a seemingly plain, broad strokes approach to evoke a different kind of understated luxury. Just like that, the back wall gradually takes shape. To maximize space usage, the guy also tweaks the front entrance. Building a small door at the bottom of the main doorway effectively retains warm air, while cold air, being heavier, will settle and stay outside. In plain terms, it blocks the cold from coming in. You can see the snow house is taking shape and the temperature has plunged to a terrifying 47 degrees C. Judging by the guy's getup, this is no exaggeration. If he weren't constantly moving, he might have frozen into an ice sculpture. As for the roof, he didn't use ice blocks but chose wooden planks as a partition. Why? We don't know, and we're not about to ask. Perhaps he weighed overall structural support and made a trade-off. Since the entire snow house doesn't use any load-bearing beams, a wooden inner layer might tie the structure together better. Look, the outer wall thickness is only about 1/3 of the lower ice blocks, keeping the weight to an absolute minimum. He installs a panel door on the second level. This will be the core component for life inside the snow house. Keep plugging the gaps. And now it's just finishing touches before you can move in with your bag. With its unique appearance and forward-thinking design, this snow house is one of a kind. Even passersby can't help but call it professional. Now let's see what the inside actually looks like. The guy admits it's still cold, but at least the wind is blocked, and you can clearly feel heat slowly being stored. Next step is to level the floor and add a few living essentials. Because the second level and the floor are wood, he can directly set up a fireplace and a flue. After so many days of work, he deserves a good meal to reward himself, and to experience what it's really like to live in the snow house. In a word, bliss. Bruce shows up too, which makes him even happier. Under the night sky, the whole snow house glows brilliantly. Its refined shape is practically a work of art. The fireplace runs smoothly, providing steady heat and a twinkling glow. With Bruce's witness, he tucks into delicious chive turnovers, and the sense of relaxation practically spills off the screen.